Hey yo, Kinetic MC, Young Clooney, back like I never left, Stank Abbott, Swagger Vance in the house. Yeah, the nicknames are just gonna keep rolling. And we're back for another episode of, you guessed it, Car Thoughts. All right, on today's episode of Car Thoughts, we are gonna talk about ratchets. Now, ratchets, you're asking, Kinetic MC, what's a ratchet? Well, a ratchet is a woman who exhibits uncouth tendencies. She's the female version of Scarface, goes to all the parties, gets into domestic assaults with women, men, you name it, and exhibits all types of crazy behavior. We're talking level 10 crazy, DEFCON 5 crazy. And if you're not familiar with the hot crazy scale, it's a scale that predicts how much craziness a man is willing to take based on how hot the woman is. Now, we all know that beauty is subjective. There are traits in women that I find in internal beauty, like what's in the heart, what's going on up here, more attractive. But for the more vain and shallow people out there, they play by this hot crazy scale. And I think it's been long enough we let them get away with some of this behavior. You cannot be going into your 30s, late 30s, going into your 40s, still exhibiting level 10 crazy behavior. It's just not going to fly. It's not a very longevity driven life path. That might work if you're in your 20s, like ladies, 18 to 24. Yeah, go nuts. Do what you want. But you get to a point where that just gets old and people don't play like they used to anymore. They have a very low tolerance threshold for things like that. You're going to get ghosted and put on red. The first date, it's usually all good. Like, you got your best show going. That's when I see the Disney princess. That's who shows up to that date. But then date 2 or 3, like, you just go full out. It's like, it's a shit test almost. And for guys who don't know what a shit test is, it's when a woman tests them to test their level of security, to see if they're the man that they're looking for. But now they're doing it with crazy. So they'll just go from 0 to 100, 0 to 100 crazy, and see if we can take it. And if we bail, like, we're not the one. Well, what are you doing that for? Come on, do some inner work. In the society, men are expected to do a lot of inner work. There's a lot of workshops on it. There's a lot of literature, lots of online coaching just for that. Men unlocking their inner confidence. I don't really see it. Maybe I'm not looking for it, but not the same for women. They can get away with a lot more and put in a less effort early on, especially if they're really smoking hot in the looks department. They don't really need to work on their personality, which is a shame, but it is the hard, cold truth that you can get pretty far in life just off of looks. And that's why I run into some women and they have the personality. You know what? Cheese Whiz has more personality than they do. You need to work on that, especially if you're moving into your 30s, late 40s. If you're in your late 40s and you're still flipping out on dudes and you're single, then you know what you're doing? You're training for crazy cat lady land right now. Guys, I don't have the same advice for you. Honestly, if you're 30 right now, if you're right on 30, you got like 20 more years to make shit work. Like, you got a lot more time. A man who works on himself consistently will develop equity. Like, every day, if you're doing workouts and inner work, doing yoga, finding alternative sources of income, working on a hobby that's lucrative, you're going to win. You're going to see a winning form. Look at every average relationship. There's the woman expects to change the man. If she sees a man that she wants to lock down and wants to change him somehow, like, oh, I can change him. I know he's wilding now, but I can change him. See, that's the downfall. We need to be focused. Everyone needs to focus on themselves fixing themselves, working on that inner work, not changing someone else. Because the end game, you're going to change them into someone that you don't want to be with anyways. And then be like, why did you change? So that's back ass words. You know, we all need to take accountability for ourselves. And this is a culture of men manning up. Let's see the women up too. And y'all can jump in, you can hop in the comments and be like, oh, Kevin, Kinetic MC, you're just a bit off base here. It's just what I see. I see a lot of crazy behavior out there. People not being able to control their emotions, first and foremost, and just being really rude people, all in all. So we need to work on that as a society. So more sensitivity training and less level 10 crazy. I don't want to see that DEFCON 5 anymore. You know what? Let's normalize if we're out on first dates and they start acting all ratchet that we just up and leave the restaurant. Just leave them there. They can Uber back home. Like you don't really know them. So, oh well, teach them a little lesson from time to time. Or if they call you up all heated, this is a girl that you've been seeing for a few weeks and she's just like going off the handle on you. She doesn't really know you yet anyways. She's being mean to you. Just be like, I'm gonna let you cool down. And then you just put her on red. This sounds pretty harsh, but sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's needed. All right. Get mad at me. I don't care. I will clap back. And this has been the Kinetic MC. Stop being all ratchety. It's not cute anymore. Nerdy and sassy is the new classy. All right. Peace.